Alright, perched on a pile of old shingles at my family's off-grid camp, and I'm going to unbox and review a tool today that I've been meaning to pick up for a while, not realizing until last year how handy they are when I borrowed my neighbor's cordless blower. So we re-roofed our off-grid camp last year, and I know a lot of people love the idea of off-grid, but something you better keep in mind is the logistics of bringing in repair and replacement and rebuilding materials, because that was a real pain hauling shingles in. And now I have a pile of shingles to haul out, which is going to take me a while because I just take them out like one feed bag at a time, basically. Anyway, on that project, having a cordless blower made roof cleanup super easy. So as we're working, you end up with like loose nails, sawdust, chips of shingles and wood, branches and needles that are falling on, and so it's just a very quick tidy up. So I'm super excited to open this up and use it to tidy up a few things here. So let's just open this guy up quickly, get the old knife out. Somebody's going to ask me what my knife is, and it is a Kershaw Leek. I wanted one for years, I don't even know why. And one day I lost my regular everyday carry Ontario Knife Company knife. And I went into town and I bought myself a Kershaw Leek. And then within a couple days, I was driving up my driveway and I spotted something black in the snow. Was it in the snow or was it summertime? Anyway, it was my knife. It had just fallen out of my pocket and got drove over a couple times. Okay. There it is. So, what do we got here? This thing connects to this, and it's got came with an Allen key, so that's to clamp that guy in, presumably. Or maybe match the lettering up here so it's right side up. Okay. So you can tighten this with the Allen key, but it also looks like you could use a flathead screwdriver. So you got some options anyway. I did not connect this properly. Hold on. That's got to seat deeper. What a slow start to a video. God. There you go. Okay. Pretty sure that goes in there like that. And they probably just do that so they can ship it in a more efficiently sized box. Maybe you can get different ends on it. Okay. That one's tight. And this one's tight. So what am I going to use this for? I have been working on rebuilding the dock here. So the dock project, 66 feet of dock. Last decked about 25 or 30 years ago and completely fallen apart, cribbing into shambles. So we stripped out the old dock, which was all hemlock and tamarack that my dad milled. We had cedar ramp and stairs coming up the bank that my dad milled, and some of the cribbing had kind of fallen apart, so we've re-cribbed, and now everything's going in as pressure treated. There we go. Hey Ziggy, you're right in time. I'm gonna blast you with a little blast of air. How about that? Cool. And then what's this thing here? Whoa. So you can use the trigger, or you can just set it at a low, medium. Let's go down to the dock. Well, obviously I bought a Makita to match my other tools. I bought this 6-tool set back in the day, and this is my work zone. So you can see that I've been cutting cribbing logs and deck boards, and I got a pile of crud everywhere. I'm gonna move my chainsaw out of the way. There we go. Here, take a look at my dock. These are temporary stairs, so I'm going to put in some beautiful ones, but look at all that beautiful dock. Let's walk the plank right out to the end here. Ooh, don't fall in, Jeremy, don't fall in. Right, new crib top, and then my last crib is out there, so I got another 10-12 feet to go. Got to haul more deck boards across the lake so I can finish decking what I've got for beams here. I did 3 2x8x10s with carriage bolts on the outsides, and then 2 2x8x10s in the middle. I figure that's going to be pretty solid, and I use these structural screws to anchor the beams onto the cribbing. Anyway, people are going to ask me, what did you do on your holidays this summer? And I tell them, I built a dock. It took a long time, because everything had to be brought in by boat, and then done by hand. But you were here, presumably, to see this Makita blower in action. So here we go on cleanup. That worked great. I've been wanting to do that for days. I did notice something interesting though. On this Makita, the air intake is on the back, so if you're working close to your leg, it wants to vacuum the pants right off of you. So anyway, something to keep in mind. Okay, next test, we're gonna clean the roof, and then the last thing I'll probably do at the end of the day, but I might not video it, is I'm going to blast out the inside of my pontoon boat. Get rid of all the little cruds in there too. actually going to bag up a lot of those needles and then take them home for garden mulch. I find they work really well. Pine needles, pine cones, under my raspberries especially, and then under tomatoes this year, under peas, and under garlic. I mulched all those beds with pine needles from camp here, because often I come up with a full trailer, I go back with an empty one, so I might as well bring some resources back with me as well. Okay, other side of the roof. That's my fault. That's my fault. That's my fault, because I started with just 3 bars, 75% on this battery, and I ran it down. So I did my cleanup. It pushed a pile of pine needles off the roof. I almost finished this side too. I love the way it just pushes like a big old roll of pine needles here. Anyway, I might just bring some bags on the roof and bag the stuff up from my garden right here. So, yeah, as like a job site cleanup tool, and then for me especially, cleaning up the roof, I think this is really key. I know from experience that allowing the needles to accumulate on the roof traps moisture, and over time that leads to the growth of moss, and then that in turn leads to the degeneration of your roof integrity, shingle integrity, and then the integrity of the roof under that. Whoa, I almost tripped on the second last step. Yeah, so far so good. I filled my boat up with too much stuff to run that blower through it, so there's no point in cleaning it out until tomorrow, at which point, like, I'm hoping to bring another load of lumber up, some more carriage bolts and whatever, because I'm working on that dock. So far, on my one time trying this Makita blower, I love it. It didn't last as long as I thought it might on that battery, which was only 75% charged, but it did clean pretty much my whole roof and my job site spot. Which is important because I was starting to step on little pieces of boards and things and whatever else, so it's nice to keep that spot tidy. I'm getting close to the end of my dock project, which is nice. I will continue to make use of that Makita. In fact, it might live at camp here, because its main job is keeping the roof clean, and I might even use it to like just blow all the dust out of the camp out the front door. We'll see. It does push a lot of air. I'm sure in some of the footage you saw the pine needles just like rolling on themselves and then tumbling off the roof. It was a fair weight of pine needles actually. So that was pretty cool. And so I'm pretty happy to have it. And again, like, I already have a Makita set, so it made sense to buy that one. Got a couple more projects up here, including possibly a shed conversion into a bunkie that needs a new roof. So luckily, earlier you saw me sitting on my leftover shingles. Those are going to go onto the shed roof. And I have some old, when my dock was failing, I was laying down some 3/8 ply just to like keep some integrity on the top of the dock. and it outlasted a lot of the boards, so I think I might use it as a extra roof decking. Even though most of the boards are good, I might use it as extra roof decking over on that shed when I put in the new shingles, and then should be good. So anyway, quick tool review. Makita Leaf Blower, or it's just called like a cordless blower, because you can use it for more than leaves. Gets a thumbs up from me. I'm really happy to have it. I've been wanting to get one for a few years, and happy that I spent the money on one. Again, it's going to add longevity to my roof. It's going to make like some of those little job site cleanups really quick. I think it's going to work great cleaning out the pontoon boat every once in a while, because it like accumulates debris and leaves. But you can open up the side gates and just blow everything out the sides or the ends, and so that's going to be good. Anyway, you know, I didn't do a survival challenge, but I'm on to a few other things. Like, I'm a bit of a mixed bag, folks. So you got a tool review, and who knows what I'm going to do next. So catch you on the next one, YouTube.